Welcome back to Standard on Arena with me, Autumn, aka Rainy the Witch. Today we're playing some of the actual factual best deck in Standard, Blue-Red Vivi Cauldron. This deck has been taking over Standard, taking over the format, and I thought I should play a bunch of it on stream, since it might help people, learn the deck, see some of the lines in action. Well, I also appreciate the practice of the deck. I think it's really fun. This past weekend, actually, I qualified for the Arena Championship, playing this 75. So the 75 is tried and tested. It has qualified me for the Arena Championship. I heartily recommend it. I will even be posting a Patreon guide for this list later this week, probably on Wednesday or Thursday. So certainly by the time this hits YouTube, I'm hoping there will be a Patreon guide up for this deck over on my Patreon, so go check that out. Info all in the YouTube description. Yeah, sideboard guide, matchup guide, all that good stuff. Of course, Vivi Cauldron's a deck all about two things, really. One is combining Vivi with Soul Cauldron to make your creatures make stupid amounts of mana, because they all gain Vivi's ability. And the other is you're kind of a Proft's Eidetic Memory aggro deck, where you have Mako and Fear and Steamcore Scholar and Quantum Riddler that are all threats that like synergize with Profts and synergize with the draw and discard effects to put on a ton of pressure and give you a good beatdown plan as a plan B alongside your Vivi Cauldron plan. Deck is really impressive. Deck is slightly oppressive. I'm gonna get some games in and see if we can't get some wins in the process. Hand's pretty mid. I guess I'm keeping Rainy return to the PTR. That would be nice. Hey, Callie. Like any hand that doesn't have like Profts or Mako, kind of inherently slightly mid, but feels hard to mulligan this in the dark on the play. Well, I guess I would like to develop a threat. Oh, I was meaning to try out Fresh Start. Unable to Scream is really good. I think Fresh Start is good too. I think I would never want to play like exclusively Fresh Starts. But I could see a Wild or a Split could be good. Oh wow, no 2-drop. That's crazy. Essence Scatter isn't bad either. Yeah, I think Essence Scatter is perfectly reasonable too. For sure. I think Flash Freeze is perfectly reasonable. What? Oh, they're the awful Jeskai Black deck. Okay. That makes sense. That makes this hand a lot worse. Put it lightly. I assume we don't really want this against the awful Jeskai Black deck. Sure is a stock up. I could just play a VV. I don't know how many sweepers they play. I feel like they don't play that many sweepers. Playing a VV is fine. This card is like perfectly okay. Maybe I'm meant to keep it. Creature land could pay off in the long run. We already have plenty to do with our mana with 2 Winternight Stories in hand. Please no Ultima. Damn. Horrifying. Sure we're punished. Weren't we just? I don't think Flood Maw does much against these decks, but I also can't. It's been a while since I've seen these decks. I don't think it does that much. Maybe discarding land's incorrect. I don't know. Yeah, you think they have 0 permanents other than tokens? Yeah, that was my impression. It was certainly my impression. Well, I have to hope they don't have a counterspell here, I guess. Okay. Hmm. This could get normalized. That's probably fine. Maybe I meant to lead on Riddler because of normalize. Then I can still play this afterwards. I get play around a second copy that way. Yeah, that was sequencing would have been better. Now second copy of normalize is actually like a little bit annoying instead of wholly irrelevant. Okay, thank goodness. Oh, Dante, thank you for that raid. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, you think they just have the exile spell? I get that impression. Just gonna exile my FOMO. Oh, they're gonna consult. Wow. Wild. Consult and take 10. Interesting. Not even kicked. I mean, they might have been looking for a get lost, I guess. No, my Profts. That's the good card. Makes this game harder, I guess. To what extent am I interested in playing around second Ultima? I kind of want to start pushing because of Jeskai Rev. I think this is reasonable. Also, I have a Soulstone still in play, and I'm going to have like a fresh hand of cards off this. If they don't have Ultima, they're just like so far behind. Even if they do, at least we've dug towards this Profts, and the Profts will be really nice. With the Soulstone. Got 1 Pierce and 1 Disdainful. I really like 2 Pierce. I like 2 Pierce for the mirror quite a bit. Do I just want to get in for 4 with the Soulstone whilst it's good? I guess I could make it 5 with second Profts. This may be reasonable. Put them to 6. Sad to use up our like hasty damage source. Oh, I really like Pierce. I think Pierce is amazing. I like Pierce play Andor on the mirror quite a bit, honestly. Also think this is like one of the best possible cards you can have against control. I'll probably end up torching one of these tokens, right? Ooh. Interesting. Just the lands? Yeah, I think normal Vivi Cauldron is way better against red, and that's like a pretty meaningful improvement to have. I think that's definitely a downgrade to playing Artist's Talent. I don't know, I like the Artist Talent deck. I think it's really fun. I think it's just like a worse deck overall though. Unfortunately. Oh, I certainly agree that Artist Talent is like a crazy, crazy card. Like, yeah, the games where you get to do that kind of stuff, it is ridiculous, right? The problem is, like, I do feel like it's kind of just higher variance. I think there's a 2/2. I could activate Soulstone now. It doesn't like achieve much for me. I guess there's no need to activate this Cauldron. I can just answer their things and say go. Yeah. I suppose that is what I am doing. I don't know. We have free cards. We have 2 Winternights. They're digging. Discarding land. What's in my graveyard? I already have. I should maybe hit this Vivi in case a second Vivi ends up in the graveyard this turn, I guess. Pretty unlikely, but I think it's like somewhat free just to do this. Cool. I mean, that gets the defeat out of their hand, right? Means we get to do what we want this turn now. I want to Winternight. I don't get to attack necessarily. It's a little sad. Do I just like maximum disrespect Ultima, activate this and Winternight off of it? They've already cast 2 Ultimas this game. That seems like pretty reasonable to me. It's a Vivi. May you understand the appeal of this 4-color control. People really like playing bad control decks. That's all there is to it. Ooh, that's a very nice one. Alright. Fire off this. Please no third Ultima. Cool. The game continues. So from how much longer? We will find out. I have 14 cards left. I should probably just commit to the board and try and kill them, right? And have 2 threats in play instead of 1. I have 12 cards left. I think I am not meant to play around third sweeper. I would kind of like to get in some VV pings and like have another threat set up. Yeah, it would be 4th sweeper if they even have it, right? Pretty unreasonable to play around. Do I want to play out another threat? I mean, this is like already lethal through almost anything. Conceivably, if they had one more sweeper, we can actually beat them with this hand because of double FOMO. So I guess I'm just gonna say go. Right. That's really, really strong. Jeskai Rev's really good here, right? They get 2 blockers from it. And they get to bounce the flare. Maybe I did have to play out FOMO. Maybe. I have to avoid accidentally drawing extra cards with Riddler here. kind of silly. Just try and set up a board that's giga lethal for next turn if they rev us this turn. Oh boy, we sure did draw 2. Alright. They're gonna bounce the Riddler anyway, so I guess I put counters on Vivi. That any pair of creatures is lethal. See, they gain 3. That's pretty good. It's currently 13. Aha. We die to a rev. We basically die to a sweeper. There's a lot of cards in their decks that are bricks right now against our board. Let's go. We actually won that. That was crazy. Oh boy, that was crazy. Now we get to board cards in. Incredible stuff. Alright, people who've actually played against this deck before, do we want Annul? I guess I should go look at a list. I've never really paid this Jeskai Black deck much attention, I'm going to be honest. Because I really do not respect it. Okay, they have High Noon and Rip on the board. Maybe Annul's decent as a one-of. Could see it. Try this. Also see going -1 Soul Cauldron and like +1 Flood Maw. Probably reasonable. Oh, Voice of Victory? Right. I guess that makes sense. Voice of Victory plays really awkwardly with sweepers though. I don't know, it seems somewhat hard to keep in answers for Voice of Victory. I feel like I'm probably just meant to disrespect the card. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Like, am I already gonna have a Abrade in against them, right? I don't know what card I'm discarding here. Kinda wanna discard a Winternight. Sure thing. My board, it has been answered. I think I'm pretty obligated to discard this, though obviously that's slightly awkward into potential rip. Alright, we can't draw into Proft and cast it anyway, so I guess I start by attacking. And then we go FOMO, discard Spirebluff. Gets 4th Typing Yard, which is nice. Kinda just want to play this. I feel like playing another FOMO plays into Ultima pretty badly. Or Day of Judgment. Yep. Alright, so I could Warp Riddler, land FOMO, draw 2. And then fire off a Winternight off the Riddler. I guess I could Winternight first, because I could hit Vivi. Have a mini BB turn with the Soul Cauldron. Reasonable, I guess. I guess this stops my FOMO netting me an extra card, but still pretty nice as far as turns go. Nice to cash in a Winternight before potential rip. Okay, that card is somewhat annoying, although it does make this Disdainful Stroke better, so... I guess if I cycle the Mako, that's... Yeah, I guess I can cycle Mako under High Noon. Is interesting. I guess if High Noon in play, I'm pretty incentivized to keep Disdainful Stroke open. Obviously, Jeskai Rev naturally plays around that somewhat well. I'm gonna get this down and start growing my critters with it, I guess. Your graveyard, choose Steamcore Scholar, grow the FOMO. Get in for 6 here. There you go. Please don't consult. Yeah. Okay. Let me see. What? Why would they do it on their turn? Them doing it on their turn just lets me cash in this Disdainful Stroke, right? If they passed turn and do it in my turn, it's way worse for me, because if I have to choose between developing or stroking. I can only do one or the other. Did not draw Profts, sadly. Kind of want to just go land Jammer Riddler, I guess. Yeah, I could dig for Proft and Mako. True. I would have got there if I cycled Mako. I would have killed them. But I really just want to develop another threat, I think. Like, maybe that's wrong. Maybe I meant to go for lethal, but I think I like this line. It lets me dig towards Spell Pierce. It plays well against like most things that aren't another sweeper in terms of if they just have spot removal in hand. But we are like pretty far behind now. A lot of things get me. For sure. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Just jam the thing that can draw me into counter spells, I guess. Let's counter spells are what we need. Alright. That's not a rev. Can't imagine going after their graveyard matters at all, but... well, we will just keep putting lethal creatures in play. Until they're forced to crack this high noon. Crack some maps. That's pretty good. That gets them up to 5 life, but they are now hellbent. Which is something. Vivi. Do I want a Vivi? I guess that's fine. I'm kind of just interested in threats at the moment, so... more or less qualifies. I'm getting priority ace because of the high noon at the very least. Spell Pierce. It's a very face-up Spell Pierce. Kind of want to keep it though. Oh, thank you, Tony. Thank you, thank you. I'm pretty hype about it. It's going to be a good time. Well, this is when not having a second Soulstone Sanctuary in the list would be just like completely absurd. When is it? It's in spring of next year. So still a little ways off, but curious to see what formats it ends up being. Alright, second high noon means they can happily crack the first one on Vivi, I guess. Poor thing. Yeah, I believe it's always constructed. It's like 2 constructed formats normally, from what I understand. Goodbye Winternight Stories, I guess. This game just got a lot harder, I will say. Game did just get a lot harder. I know Noon and Rip don't beat Vivi, but we do lose all our like card flow now. We could conceivably lose this. Like, I would certainly not say we are favored at the moment. You know? Cards not beating Vivi in like an abstract sense doesn't mean they aren't very good in this specific spot. Oh boy. At some point we could conceivably bounce the Seam Rip, but I wonder if I'm just meant to go for that this turn. Hope we draw into like a draw effect. I don't know. Alright. Play all my critter. I think I wait, but maybe that's wrong. That is an exceptional card. If they take 1 here, Vivi is threatening lethal. Yeah, the noon is no longer high. It's so true. They die. Right? Pretty sick game to win. Ooh, feel like we were bricking pretty hard for a little bit there. Let's go. I guess opponent also bricked a little bit. Good question, Scooter. Good question. I wonder. Alright, mulligan. Oh, this hand is so bad. Do I keep it instead of going to 5 though? I mean, Marauding Mako is excellent. Just we have nothing that works with it at the moment. I guess if we draw into a card draw source, this is probably pretty fine. Oh, is that you, Kenneth? I didn't realize. GG's. Yeah, I just couldn't find any card flow in Game 3. It was brutal. I think Mako is like one of the very best cards on the draw. I think I'm maybe priced into keeping this, even though this hand objectively sucks. If it was a 7, I would snap Mole. But going to 5 is rough. And has like potential, at least. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a good card, at least. That is something. They do not floopy me. That makes sense. Yeah, I had 2 VVs in my hand in game 2. I was having to try so hard to not discard them. It was actually making the game incredibly awkward. Do I attack here? I really don't want to trade this for a floopy is the thing. I think that's like pretty objectively a horrendous trade. Marauding Mako is much more powerful than floopy. Yep. If I'm willing to bounce Siren, I stop Kaito, but I think we just kind of have to deal with the Kaito and hope that Scholar is like positive enough tempo. Again, I would be pretty unhappy trading Mako for Drowner here, so. Alright. No Kaito. That is a relief. I guess now the thing I'm really scared of is Curiosity next time. Or enough. Am I just cashing in this Flood Maw now? Just as a tempo play? I feel like I'm probably meant to. Steamcore is going to dig me towards more card draw, supposedly. Let me see. Mm-hmm. The unexciting hand. I do block everything though if they have Curiosity, so that's something. I don't know if I meant to discard this Vivi instead. I feel like playing out a Vivi here could be pretty okay. I also like it's something to discard to Winternight if we draw that card next turn. creature. Alright, the death touches are quite annoying against my makers, unfortunately. I feel like this Dimir deck is like the single matchup I've been struggling in. I guess Simic Omniscience as well, but no one plays that. Oh, Kaiba, thank you for the 50 months of support, Kaiba. Heck yeah. Thank you, thank you. Aw, that's really sweet of you, Kenneth. Thank you. I'm glad the content's helping you. Those are great to hear. That's definitely what we love to hear. Alright. This breach is probably gonna run away with the game. Uh-oh. Pretty strong. How are we just incapable of drawing card draw today? That's all we need. Not even a creature in the yard at the moment. Yeah. Oh yeah, I think Fire Magic is horrendous against Dimir. Like, Fire Magic only deals with the things you're already good at answering. Is the thing. I'm like at the point where I just don't even want Fire Magic in my sideboard because I'm not sure what matchups it's good against from. Vivi. Yeah, versus the green go wide decks. It's probably reasonable versus those decks, I guess. I'm just also happy to have like more unable to screams there as well as options. And unable to scream is so much better against red than Fire Magic is at the moment. Oh, I guess attacking them just enabled them getting a 1/1. Yeah, this was bad. I'm just not trying very hard because I don't see how we ever win from here. Ugh. Maybe if their hand's really bad and we draw exactly the card Winternight Stories, I can win from here. Which, like, could conceivably happen, I guess. The Kaito Zero makes it less likely to happen. Oh, they're tapping out. Alright. If we draw Winternight Stories, we can conceivably win this game. Yeah. Game 2. Never sure on the exact Torch and Flood Maw numbers. Flood Maw is pretty bad in like the long games, but it's pretty good at slowing down Curiosity. And then like Torch is really good against their small things, but not against the things that actually tend to kill you. And no, realistically, I'm probably meant to be on 0 Flood Maw. There's just so much cost to it, but it feels bad being on 0 Flood Maw when you have 4 Riddler. How good is Abrade? It kills Beastbinder and Cecil. Though obviously you're trading down on mana against Cecil. And Obolt already hits those cards. It does hit like Vacuum if they brought that in though. Probably fine. I want to try this. Maybe swap the Cauldron Vivi numbers. Or maybe 3 of each. 3 of each and just one Abrade, because Abrade can be like a little clunky and expensive. Try this. I think this is the single matchup I still need to figure out my plan for. I think most other matchups like have a good idea how to sideboard. I'm pretty confident against. Dimir is like the single one I'm still puzzling. Alright. Well, FOMO. Discard Thundering Force. Feel pretty good about it. Lazav, okay. I feel pretty obligated to Scholar here because it uses my mana so well. Ooh, an Eidetic Memory, very nice. Kinda want to discard Torch. I guess with Lazav in that deck, I probably do want both Abrades, right? I do sometimes wonder if there's ever a world where you just don't want 4th Torch. Like, Torch is pretty nice against Curiosity, and it does stop the Kaito draws. Maybe it's illegal to ever not have the full 4. Wait, do I double block? I guess it's pretty heinous into a removal spell. Breacher, yeah. That was a very good draw. Okay. If I could remove this Lazav, I think I would rather start growing my creatures. I have to kill Steamcore Scholar if they want to hit me with Lazav again that way. Wait, what? Are y'all being real? Is that an actual real thing? That's wild. What timeline do we live in? Interesting, they killed the Scholar. Makes sense. I guess I could just go Vivi, Abrade, Mako. That's pretty nice. This like really aggressively develops my board. Second Preacher, sure thing. This way discard 2 islands. This Maker grows a bit more. So how am I doing this? Where are these counters going? I'm surprised they aren't waiting for the Proft trigger to decide this anyway. They're tapping the FOMO. I guess if I torch the Drowner, my Mako gets to swing at them. They get a 1/1 from swinging at me. That seems fine. Tradesies, nice. Okay. We maintain the board. Oh, 1 mana card traded with their 3 mana card. We take this. Thank goodness. I was beginning to wonder if this card still existed in my deck. It's been a while since I've drawn it in like any game. Here's the Cecil's gonna be flipping. Sure is something. I want to discard Fool's Winternight and play the FOMO. Yeah, I think they just wanted to stop my mana from ramping, kind of. But I agree, I am quite happy to have my Vigilant Flyer in play with these Winternights in the yard. Common Steamcore Scholar W. Card is amazing. Maybe the answer is I'm meant to have only 2 Cauldron. I do think I want both these Abrades. Yeah, they should have done it Sorcerer Speed, I agree. I wish, like, Unable to Scream was playable against this Kaito card. I would so happily have Unable to Scream in against them, if not for Kaito. You only cut Vivi and Mirror and only 1 on draw. Oh, I cut all 4 Vivis and all 4 Cauldrons against Mono Red. I aggressively cut them against Mono Red. Like, it makes the Mono Red matchup just like astronomically favored. I could just cut 1 Cauldron. I don't know if that's legal. I just don't know what else I would trim, and I feel like I really want second Abrade. Control combo and cut Mako. Oh, my opinion is that I cut Mako in 0 matchups ever. I think Mako and Profts are uncuttables. Like Mako Profts FOMO, I just cut in 0 matchups ever. I don't know how I feel about going down to just 2 Cauldrons here. At least we're gonna try it. I want to see how this feels. Maybe there's a world where I could cut like 1 copy of Scholar, which sounds pretty unhinged, but it trades down on mana into all their removal spells. And it doesn't block their death touches. Or maybe I'm just meant to only have 3 Riddler and not the full 4 here. Also very plausible. Very good draw. Common Mako W. I believe I want to keep that. Please don't jam Preacher. So if they do, they're only getting a 1/1 on the first attack, which is nice. Just develop the board. That's a broadside. Very nice. I don't want to discard 2. Which would be FOMO Vivi, I guess. Feels like we're not going to run out of cards for a long time. This would be FOMO Winternight. Sorry, yeah, Vivi Winternight, I meant. My Sheriff. Oh, that's pretty sad. At least they only get a 1/1 and then we get to broadside this. It could be a lot worse for me. That was tragic, you could say. You could say that. That's true. Witness my 2 freeze. I'll take a look at that in a bit, Kaiba. I think I'm planning to play a bunch of Vivi Cauldron on stream for a while, though. It also helps me advertise the Patreon content I have coming up for the deck. Please, no curiosity. That's a floopy. Okay. Fine. Nice. What if they don't have curiosity specifically this turn? I feel like pretty astronomically far ahead. Loopy party, so true. Oh, we're getting our FOMOs back in our deck. Let's go. Love that. Ooh. This is a very good card. Pretty comically broken here. That's a very good card too. Common Riddler W, so true. Well, this sound is like gorgeous. Let's go. Mako into FOMO. Every time you go Mako into FOMO, the game just feels like so easy. Blue-white control. I'm gonna be here a minute, apparently. Normally I would like to discard Vivi in this kind of spot, but we have so many bad cards in our hand for this matchup, and I kind of want to get rid of one of them. I guess. Oh, we did draw the Cauldron. The thing is, Vivi Cauldroning the Vivi only matters if we draw a card draw, right? So I don't know. It was kind of nice just to cycle an unplayable. You have the no more lies, my friend. Lightning Helix. That's a bit better than Get Lost here. Don't get to crack a map. Right. I want to play Cauldron into like No More Lies. Honestly, I'd probably rather play Cauldron into No More Lies than Winternight. Although Cauldron plus Riddler is like really threatening. If they No More Lies this untapped Day of Judgment, then Riddler plus Cauldron could do something really nasty. Right? It's also possible I could just like not cast anything here, but I think that's probably illegal. I don't want to discard FOMO. Obviously Flood Maw is really bad, but I like discarding. We could go for Delirium, I guess. We could discard Cauldron Flood Maw. That feels pretty illegal into Day of Judgment though. Oh wait, we got Delirium. I'm so silly. Ignore me. We're in a pretty good spot now. Resolving the Winternight was like colossal for us, right? Oh, interesting. They don't have Day of Judgment in hand. What do they have then? They don't have No More Lies. They don't have Day of Judgment. Maybe they just have a ton of card advantage. Or an Ultima. No, okay. They're tapping out for a stock up. This means they might die. If they don't find Seam Rip, they have to find Seam Rip or else they die. One would assume. Okay, it's very hard to imagine they survive this turn though. Yeah. Maybe on Thursday, Cobra. Today I have to head off after this match because I have a coaching session this evening. Does Jeskai mean we want Broadside for the stupid dragon? I don't know if people even play that card anymore. I guess they could also just be 4-color and they drew like weird mana. Yeah, Disdainful Stroke hits stupid dragon. It's true. It is true. This is fine. I assume we're meant to lead on FOMO. Because this eidetic memory is really important later on. So I might want to protect it with Spell Pierce later. Alright, do I discard Scholar or land? It is illegal for us ever to miss a land drop, notably. But we're also going to be drawing a lot of cards. I think I can discard a land. Yes, between Scholar and Proft, we'll probably find a land, right? I agree. Ooh, Mako. Huh. So if I go Profts, Mako. The problem is if I go Profts, Mako, I'm kind of forced to Spell Pierce to protect the Profts if they have no more lives. But resolving the Profts is like pretty gigantic. If you give Mako map. Maybe. If they had stock up, they would have tapped out for it, I think. I think I'm gonna do this. I think resolving the eidetic memory is just so absurd. It makes all our cards so much more powerful. This is a good opportunity to force it through, and if it resolves, we just get to cast Mako and feel really happy. Okay, well, at risk of missing a land drop now because of me discarding one earlier in the game. That's a little spooky, but hey, that's not a bad card to discard. Does discard Vivi Cauldron. Right. Kind of want to play out the Mako instead of cracking a map. Nice to get the Mako growing. Then I guess I forced them to use a removal spell on Scholar. Since Mako is going to naturally grow on its own anyway. The Spider-Man cards go onto Arena, but the set doesn't drop for a little bit. They just exist on the client. Is all. Oh boy, that's pretty good. Okay. Now we get to do Vivi things, right? This is great for us. Common Riddler W, by the way. So we get to Scholar. Or maybe it's better to Winternight, because we can flash that back off the Riddler and keep growing this Mako. Like maximizes mana a little more, right? We want to discard 2, I guess. Maybe we don't. I feel like... Oh, we really want to find an island for the Spell Pierce. Like, could discard Mountain Winternight. Now we do this. So that's our blue source. Might be greedy not to discard 2, huh? Alright. Discard 2. Play this. Oh, now if I want to play FOMO, I have to discard Riddler. That's not, like, super appealing, but maybe that's fine. I guess I get to put counters on Scholar and post-combat mana, right? Yeah, just Warp Riddler. That seems fine. I agree. So it's a little sad not to hit them for 16 is the thing. I feel like I kind of want to hit them for 16. And then have Spell Pierce open. No, I should develop an extra threat. So we can do this. We can cast a Riddler. Fire off a FOMO. Just make an unbeatable hand.